We are deeply honored to have Governor Gretchen Whitmer with us today, along with our distinguished elected officials, community partners, and education advocates who continue to invest in the future of Flint scholars and Michigan scholars. Governor, we are grateful for your leadership and for a state budget that delivers real results for public education, a budget that invests in student mental health, strengthens early literacy and academic recovery, and one of the most impactful investments, especially here in Flint, is the commitment to provide free breakfast and lunch for every student in Michigan's public schools. Just here in Flint Community Schools last year, we served over 345,000 lunches, 265,000 breakfast meals. That matters. That matters. This ensures that no child learns on an empty stomach and that every scholar, regardless of zip code or circumstance, has what they need to grow and be successful. At Flint Community Schools, we are rebuilding through partnership, working hand in hand with the state, our Board of Education, and our community to ensure every scholar not only learns, but thrives. It is now my great pleasure to introduce a true champion for children and families across our state, Congresswoman Kristen McDonald-Ribby.
Good morning, everyone. I have to say, I am thrilled to be here. I love to be in schools any chance I can get. And I'm also thrilled to watch what it's like to get a budget signed. So we know that nothing is more important than educating our kids. And in the state of Michigan, we put kids as our highest priority. But it's not just about funding our schools. It's about making sure that everybody has a breakfast and lunch, because it's really hard to learn when your stomach is rumbling. We also know that over the last year, Michigan fed over 1.4 million children. What's more important than that? Nothing. So in this school, in Flint Community Schools, where great things are happening every single day, you only need to just see it when you walked in this building, the beautiful hallways, the bright light, the kids picking up their lunches, picking up their breakfast as they head to start their day. This is what education should look like. So the other piece that I think that we need to talk about is the way that we need to support our communities when the cost of everything is too high. So we're seeing energy bills rise. We're seeing the cost of groceries rise. We are seeing the cost of coming back to school with a backpack and pencils, all that up 20%. Our families are really, really struggling. So this state, this legislature is passing tax cuts for working families and working to cut costs for families in as many ways as possible. Michigan sets the example of how we need to lead the nation. So I just want to say, welcome to the community. Thank you so much, Governor Whitmer, for the way that you prioritize our community and our children. And thank you to my former colleagues for getting this done. Thank you very much. And now it is my great pleasure to introduce State Representative Amos O'Neill.
Thank you. Thank you, Congresswoman. Look, I'd just like to take this opportunity to first express my great appreciation for my seatmate, colleague, and friend, Representative Cynthia Neely. Give her a hand. And also to the mayor of the city of Flint, Mayor Neely. As was mentioned, I'm Amos O'Neill. I represent the 94th district, which is Saginaw City, Saginaw County. And as you know, Saginaw is similar in so many ways to Flint. You know, we often say, us as legislators, that the budgets are moral documents, meaning documents that should reflect the needs and services that are required for families in our state of Michigan. That is true of this budget. I must say there are many things that I'm proud of, But there's one thing particularly I'm proud of is how we got the job done. And the governor says that often, Governor, we got the job done. And so with that, in her leadership, I want to express my appreciation to you, Governor, for your leadership and pulling us together, getting us in a room to talk, and getting this job done. Both Democrats and Republicans, I might add, got this done. And I want to mention also my colleague, Representative Tim Kelly, who is here. Let's give him a hand. So when you have both House and Senate, Democrats and Republicans working together to put our kids first and our families first, that's the most important thing we can do. And I just want to be very transparent here. This is what the citizens of this great state expect us to do, is to pull up our sleeves, roll up our sleeves, work together to solve the difficult problems. And there's no better way to invest than to invest in our future. Our future is sitting right before us. Let's give our future a hand. And so with that, I thank all of you for your support, Governor, especially your leadership. In tough times, true leadership is shown. And we did not close the state of Michigan. We kept it open. And that's through leadership and partnerships on both sides of the aisle. So thank you, and I represent all of my colleagues in the House with that sentiment. I'd like to introduce my colleague from the Senate, Senator Camilleri.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everybody, and good morning, students. How you guys doing today? Good. All right. My name is Darren Camilleri, proud to serve in the state Senate as the chair of the pre-K through 12 budget. I'm from Southeast Michigan, so it's great to be here in Flint this morning. For me, it's really an honor to stand here where the future of our state and the future of our country is shaped, and it's with all of you guys. Today is about more than just a signature, though. Today's about recognizing that the dollars in this budget are not just line items, they are statements of our values and the priorities we have for our students and our shared future. As a former teacher myself, I know that for too long our schools have been asked to do more with less. They've been asked to be first responders, mental health counselors, and more, often without the dedicated resources needed to succeed. We've made a lot of progress in the last few years on fixing some of those things, and this budget goes a little bit further to do just that. Against all the odds, and despite all of the challenges associated with divided government, this budget makes real strides towards tackling the core challenges faced by our education system today. We set a record new funding level of $10,050 per student. This is a structural support that flows directly to our local districts, giving them the flexibility that they need at the local level. Importantly, and I think one of the things you're all excited about, we protected the universal school meals program. If a child is hungry, they cannot learn, period. This is not a luxury, it is a foundational component of learning. By funding universal meals for all students, we are also reducing stigma, eliminating the bureaucracy associated with means testing, and putting nearly $1,000 per student per year back into the pockets of hardworking and time-strapped parents. We increased at-risk funding by 25% and allowed all schools to use that at-risk funding to lower their class sizes. We also pioneered a $65 million grant to help lower class sizes in grades K through 3. We're very excited about this new grant opportunity. We allocated more than $300 million for mental health and school safety grants because every school should have dedicated mental health staff and school resource officers to keep our kids safe. Now, let's be honest, this was a difficult process, and our schools should not have been able to rely on us to get this done on time. My good friend, Representative Kelly, who's here with us today, and I, along with our teams, we had very different approaches to the budget at the beginning of this process. But we proved that fierce debate does not have to mean a failure to deliver. We fought for our priorities, and we ultimately produced a result that benefits every student in every corner of the state. This was an example of divided government compromising effectively. We worked together, the House and the Senate, both parties, and we got this thing done. Thank you to the governor for her leadership during this time. I want to thank Representative Kelly. I want to thank all of my colleagues in the House and the Senate because of all of their advocacy, and importantly, because of all of your advocacy as students, as parents, as community members who lifted up your voice at the state capitol. We got a good budget done for our kids. Now let's sign it, get this thing going, and make sure that we have a great school year. Up next, we have a student here, Aubryn. Is that right? Aubryn, who is a student here who's going to then introduce the governor. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Auburn. I am a sixth grader at Potter Elementary. My favorite subject is reading because I have a lot of books. I am grateful that Governor Whitmer is here to talk about free breakfast and lunch. I will now introduce Governor Whitmer.
Nice job, Auburn. All right, good morning, Potter Panthers. Come on. Oh, you can do better than that. Nice. All right. I am so glad to be here with all of you. You're doing a great job. You're paying attention. You're showing up. You're showing out for Potter. I'm really proud of you. And I think all your parents and teachers are too. Can we give it up for the student, the academic here? So I'm thrilled to be here to celebrate our new school aid budget, which makes record investments in our students, our schools, and our teachers. I want to thank the administration. I want to thank the board. I want to thank teachers and staff for hosting us and the work that you do every single day. These are not easy jobs, but they are some of the most important and some of the best of public service. I want to thank Leader Brinks and Speaker Hall for their hard work on this budget. As it was said previously by Senator Camilleri, it was not always easy, but we got it done. And we should all be proud that Republicans and Democrats, including our K-12 chairs, Senator Camilleri and Representative Kelly, worked hard and came together and delivered. So first I want to talk about the biggest per student investment in Michigan's history. I am proud that this budget increases funding by $442 for a grand total of more than $10,000 per student for the first time ever. This is more resources for schools to reduce class size, make sure that they've got cutting edge materials, investing in the latest technology and equipment. We're also funding before and after school programming, school safety, mental health, so that kids have a safe place to make friends and do homework while their parents are at work or wherever they are. We know that our students can get what they need when they need it and be supported. And it's really that simple. Our kids learn better when they feel safe and they're comfortable at lunch, on the playground, or at their desks. And that's why we're continuing free breakfast and lunch for all 1.4 million Michigan public school students, so parents can save that time in the morning and save some money on the grocery bill. It's about $1,000 per student in the household. And that's money back in pockets for hardworking people who need it for utilities, rent, groceries. We also know that free meals help our kids focus on learning instead of worrying about being hungry. I know what it's like when I'm hungry. I get hangry. You know, it's hard to focus on anything when you're hungry. And so that's why this was so important to us. But we didn't stop there. We're making sure that every Michigan student is a strong reader when we invest in proven strategies like training and coaching for our teachers, upgrading curriculum and more classrooms, and providing extra support for kids who need it most. And we're going to deliver bonuses to educators, keep funding programs to recruit and retain more teachers, because we want every school to be able to hire, train, and retain a great teacher in every classroom in every grade. We want to support hardworking educators while ensuring that our kids get the attention that they need in class. And let's talk about these guys, our littlest Michiganders. We know that pre-K is an important foundation that puts kids on track for a brighter future. Lifelong health and lifelong wealth starts early. Students who attend pre-K are more likely to read above their grade level, earn a diploma, and get a good job. Too often we know that parents can't afford it. So here in Michigan, we've decided to make it free. And I'm proud that this year's budget continues free pre-K for all. We've already doubled enrollment from 2024 with 56% of Michigan's 4-year-olds in free pre-K now. And this year's budget sets up every child for a lifetime of success and saving parents more than $14,000 a year in daycare costs that they otherwise would have incurred. And speaking of, this budget also makes sure that every single Michigan high school graduate can earn a skills certificate or degree at their local community college, tuition-free, or at a four-year university at a reduced cost. We know that costs can be a complete barrier to higher education. And that's why we're continuing the Michigan Guarantee, which has already helped 20,000 students earn their associate's degree while saving $2,300. We're continuing the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, which helped over 42,000 Michigan graduates save thousands as they earn their undergraduate degrees. Our budget also funds career and tech education, so more students can get hands-on experience in careers and trades like plumbing and welding and more. And adults can go back to school without breaking the bank. So if you're older and you want to reskill, the Michigan Reconnect has helped over 12,000 people who are 25 and up earn an associate's degree or skills certificate tuition free. So since I took office, we've worked hard to make sure that everyone can make it in Michigan, no matter who you are or what your dream is. We want to make sure every child is set up for a brighter future. I want to make sure they graduate, find a good job, and live their version of the Michigan dream right here. And that's why I'm proud to sign this budget that helps our kids thrive from the moment they walk into pre-K to the day they cross the stage at graduation. So to all Michigan students, whether you're making your first friend, getting an A in your hardest subject, or finding your passion, we've got your back here in Michigan. We can't wait to see what you do and what you become. I want to thank you, and now please join me as I sit down here with these scholars and sign the budget and make it official. Thank you. Get the legislators. Come on, you guys. You guys want to come stand around and join us? And you have and I love it.
Yeah, well, one big picture.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank everyone for coming so much. Governor.
All right. Nice job.
You too.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Aubrey, nice job, sweetheart.
You did it. That was awesome. You did a great job. Teamwork.
Like,